I am experimenting further with right combinations of light and audio and video to get things up and running for some online offerings for everyone. So I'm then going to give spinal warm-ups a go in a tabletop position, hands and knees, using my headphones as a mic. So let's see how this goes. I'm going to start in an easy Tadasana, simple standing pose, finding comfortable position for the feet, allowing the knees to be long but not locked, pelvis to be neutral, spine also to be long but not so long that I start to lose my natural curves. Crown of the head light, drawing up toward the ceiling, back of the neck long, shoulders soft, hands relaxed, gaze low or eyes closed, feeling into the connection, the bottoms of the feet. Feeling the length of the spine, checking in with anything my spine may be trying to tell me. Noticing the quality of my breath, just as it is. And then getting ready to pair movement with breath, and I'll come down to a tabletop, hands and knees to do this. So of course, feel free to come down to tabletop in any way that feels good, feels juicy for you. One option would be to take a nice big bend in the knees, bring the hands to the thighs, and start a slow slide over toward forward fold. When I get to the bottom of that forward fold, I'll bring my hands onto a set of blocks or down onto the floor so that I can step up onto one knee and then the other. And then I'll just check in that my knees and my feet are about the same distance apart as my hip joints, that my hands are either right under my shoulders or just a little further out with the fingers turned out a little bit, that I've got nice wide fingers with a little weight into finger pads, a tiny bend into the elbows, and the spine is neutral. And we'll move into flexion and extension. So sometimes we hear this called cat-cow. So I'm going to find a big inhale in the neutral, imagining I'm lengthening the crown of the head and the tailbone in opposite directions. And then as I exhale, I'm going to lengthen the tailbone toward my heels. Allow that movement to roll up the spine. The thoracic spine lifts up toward the ceiling. The gaze comes down toward the floor, or maybe my knees. And then as I inhale, I lift that tailbone, lower the belly, open the heart, open the throat, lift the gaze. Exhale, spinal flexion. Inhale, spinal extension. I'll do one more each direction with the rhythm of my breath. Settling back to neutral. And imagining that length in the spine. Now moving towards side bending, lateral flexion. So again, my first inhale to prepare, I'm just imagining that long neutral spine. And then as I exhale, I'm going to keep my navel over the center of my mat. My shoulders, hips, and foot are going to come out to the right. My knee stays connected. I glance back at that foot, making a C shape in the spine. I inhale my way back through center. That foot slides in and connects. Navel stays over the center of the spine. And lateral flexion, opposite side. With my breath, flowing a few more times each side. And finding my way back to neutral, getting ready to move into spinal rotation, twist. And I'm going to mix up the position of my legs a little bit to do this. I'm going to keep left foot aligned with left hip, keeping the knee connected. I'm going to lift the right knee, slide that foot all the way back behind me, and then bring that leg all the way out to the right side. Flip the toes to face toward the front of my mat and connect the whole sole of the foot to the floor. So my leg is perpendicular-ish to my torso, or reaching in that direction, and my left hip is still right over my knee, so I haven't gone way over to one side or the other. I'm going to keep my left hand connected to the mat, and I'm going to move into a twist, lifting my right hand. So I'm going to wait for my next in-breath. As I inhale, I'm going to float this right hand, I'm going to twist my heart toward my extended leg. I'm going to bring those fingertips overhead, and as long as it's comfortable in head, neck, shoulders, I'm looking up past that hand. I'm exhaling, turning the heart back down toward the floor, and I'm going to briefly take this hand and reach it under the opposite side, letting my heart turn ever so slightly to the left. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower, and I'll do one more this side. Inhale to lift, exhale to settle the hand. Sliding that foot back in line with the hip. One option here, add in a different version of lateral flexion, slightly deeper, different side bend. I'm going to bring this leg across my left leg and off the left side of my mat. And then I'm going to bring my gaze all the way around to that foot for a breath or two. And then I'll bring myself all the way back to a neutral tabletop, getting ready to start that spinal rotation, twisting flow on the second side. Inhale to twist open. Exhale to twist closed. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. And I'll do one more this side, using that exhale to settle the hand back to the mat. So let's slide back in line with the hip and then all the way off the opposite side of my mat. And I'll bring my gaze all the way around to that foot. Bringing myself all the way back to a neutral tabletop. And let's end in a child's pose. So just bringing the knees out a little wide to the side, letting the toes point toward one another, sending the hips back to the heels, pressing fingertips into the mat, letting the palms lift, melting the head, neck, shoulders down as far as they'll comfortably go. If it works for you, forehead comes to the mat.